Um, so I want to talk about failure. Yeah, I know it might be too early in the morning to talk about that. Okay, it depends on where you are. For me, it's early morning, and I'm aware that it's probably maybe afternoon or I don't know, evening, but mostly afternoon in other parts of the world. So yeah, I just want to talk about failure today a little bit and how to cope with failure. Failure, as we all know, is part and parcel of life. Okay, let me get my mirror. Oopsie. Okay, I got it. Ah, my magic mirror. Yeah, so failure is part and parcel of life, and at some point we do encounter failure. Um, and so, how do you cope with that? I must admit, I am not the best when it comes to coping with failure. I am super, super critical of myself, which is something I need to work on. Yeah. But I don't know, for some reason, I just can't help it. So critical of myself. And when I fail in anything, it really takes a toll on me, like a huge toll. I'm not even kidding. Yeah, so I thought it would be best to just come on here and let's discuss and find ways of coping with failure. So let me pull up this so I can see your comments easily. All right, so, okay. So failure, okay. I don't know if we should start by defining failure or we already know what failure is. Like in my mind, I know what failure is. I don't know how I would describe it though. Um, how would you define failure? Anyone? Anyone who wants to do that for us? So the simple definition would be not being successful or the lack of success. You know, just like a simple definition of failure. Yeah, not achieving what you set out to. You know, so we can say it's like lack of success. Okay, so I have a few notes with me that I'll refer to, and please feel free to share your thoughts and your comments in the chat section. So when you're really invested in what you're doing, failure can really be heartbreaking, and I can personally attest to that. Especially if it's something you're passionate about and you're envisioning this thing, and in your mind you think, okay, you know, there is probably like a 90% rate of success, and you put in everything like blood, sweat, tears, you put in your time, like you basically live and breathe that which you set out to do. And then when it comes to the results, everything just falls flat. And that can be heartbreaking, like super, super heartbreaking. Yeah. I must admit, just being honest, my YouTube journey has been quite interesting and challenging. And I really enjoy creating content. It's something that really, to be honest, oops, what was that? It fulfills me, it drives me. But when it comes to my success rate, am I where I thought I would be at this point in this journey? No. Yeah. Do I get discouraged sometimes? Yes. But I have really come to learn how to cope with that and not just sit in that space, negative space. Yeah. You know, I keep on trying and trying and giving it my all in the hope that one day I will make it, and if not, I probably just go back to the drawing board and try to see how I can do things differently. So that's how I've been coping so far. Yeah. So what you can do is really move forward, right? So yeah, the failure has already happened. You failed, it's heartbreaking. Sometimes you just don't want to face the world. You're like, oh my gosh. And failure comes with a lot of things. It comes with, like, apart from you being super critical about yourself, there is the shame and the embarrassment, and it can be a lot. It can be a lot. But what do we do? You move forward. I think that's the best you can do. It's just moving forward. It's easier said than done, but I believe it's something that can be done. And you just pull yourself up and keep moving forward, especially if it's something that you're really, really passionate about. Yeah. And there are a few questions that you can ask yourself. You can ask yourself, like, how can I do better next time? Yeah, how can I do better next time? And then, is this style of work right for me? And another question you can ask yourself is, how can I learn as quickly as possible? And yeah, why would you ask yourself these questions? Because you want to move forward, and the goal is not to stay stuck, you know, in one in that negative space. Yeah, you don't want to get stuck in the mud, getting just like stuck in your negative feelings, because that will really derail you. It won't be helpful. So I think that would be a good way to do that. All these things easy on paper. But when it comes to, like, actually doing it, it's not as easy as it sounds, but it can be done. I do believe that once you're focused and you really want to do something, you can really just, like, find a way to do it, right? Yeah. So, uh, oh, sorry. Mm-hmm. So after you've, like, just gone through your emotions and your feelings, and don't get me wrong, I do believe that it's okay to go through that, if you feel heartbroken, it's okay to just process your feelings and be in the moment for a while. Yeah, just sit with it for a while. Yeah, but like I said earlier, we don't want to get stuck there, in that space. Because the more you get stuck in your negative feelings, in that negative energy kind of space, the more you're stuck in there, the more, I don't know if the more difficult sounds right grammatically, but it will be super, super, super difficult for you to pull yourself out of it, right? So the earlier, the better. Keep moving forward. Yeah. And then after that, then you can try to develop a growth mindset, right? And hi, Glenn, how are you? Yeah, I agree. I was in that negative, but yeah. So the goal is just to get yourself out of that negative space. Happy Friday! Yay! Days are going by so fast. It's incredible. Yeah. So once we've removed ourselves from that negative space, that negative energy, once we're not in our negative feelings anymore, then we'll learn, like, how to develop a growth mindset. And the first thing that you can do if you really want growth is to step out of your comfort zone. Now, this is where it becomes so difficult, because it's just easy to be in your comfort zone. It's easy to just do routine work. I mean, it doesn't take a lot from you. Yeah. But then if you really want to grow, if you want to have that growth mindset, first step is stepping out of the comfort zone. And if you have listened to people that inspire you, or if you've read up on like successful people, uh, they would really, or you would know by now that they really put in the work. And I know we've had that phrase many times. Uh-oh, just give me a minute. I need to like, I don't know why that kicked off right now. It's a bit noisy. Just 1 second, I'll be right back. Okay. Sounds so loud, especially in the morning. Okay, so yeah, like I was saying, the where was I? Okay, let me gather my thoughts. Oops, my mirror is down. What is happening? What is happening? Okay, yeah, I'm good. Yep, I'm good. Okay, so anyway, sorry about that. So the first step that you can take, or the first thing that you can do when you're developing a growth mindset, is stepping out of your comfort zone. Super difficult, but once you can do that, I'm speaking to myself as well, because it's not like I have it all the way figured out. It's a learning process, yeah. And step out of the comfort zone, of your comfort zone. It's not going to be easy. It will be a very, very, very bumpy road, with a lot of challenges. And what you can do is embrace the bumps, embrace the journey, enjoy the journey, like just be in the journey, take the highs and the lows, yeah. And like we talked about earlier, just a few minutes ago, the goal is to move forward, and you don't want to get stuck in that negative space, right? And then the if we can sort of use like a sports analogy. I don't know if analogy is the right word, but yeah, or an example. Like in sports, let's say you're in the game and you're playing, and the other team scores against you. Of course you feel bad, you feel like, you're, like, we could say a failure, quote unquote. But then do you get stuck in that space? No, because you still have a game to play. The person who scored could easily come and back and score again if you're still stuck in that space of, oh my gosh, they scored against us. So having that mentality, yeah, a sportsman mentality, that it's not over until it's over. I'll give you like I'll share an example. Like in soccer, for example, we call it football in Kenya, but soccer. Until the last whistle is blown by the referee, the game could be anyone's game. Trust me, I have watched matches where you're like literally on the edge of your seat because you don't know what the outcome will be. So I think just having that mentality and just fighting and fighting till the end. Fighting in the sense that you still give it your all, you're still passionate about it, you're still hopeful that, you'll still get the results that you set out to. And yeah, so with the sports, you have to forget a bad day, you have to forget a bad moment. It's not even we can't say that, oh, please try and forget. You have to forget it so that you can move on and continue playing the game. So it would really be helpful if we also sort of embrace that and just have like a sportsman mentality, like, okay, that was a bad day, that was a bad moment. I'm not gonna spend my time just like thinking about it all the time. I'm gonna move on from that. I still have a game or games to play. I still have to be in my best mind frame, for lack of a better word, so that I can play this game to the best of my ability. All right. And then having a short memory in life can help you move on quickly from setbacks. I cannot agree more with this statement, but the thing is, that is something that I struggle with. Having a short memory, oh my God. Yeah, because sometimes I don't know if it's a woman thing or if it's just a me thing, where you could sit down and just, it's like a wave that just flies in your brain, and you start thinking of things years past, and everything comes with those thoughts, the emotions, the pain, the heartbreak, and it can be super overwhelming at times. So to have a growth mindset, we need to have a short memory, and that is something that I really need to work on. Just saying. Setbacks are opportunities to learn what not to do in the future. I really think this is very insightful. Like, if we look at setbacks as opportunities to learn what not to do in future, it would really help us navigate a lot of things in life. Yeah. So say for example you plan something and things are not going according to plan, or you set your goals and you're just falling short and falling short. So instead of looking at the setbacks as a huge failure, something you cannot recover from, it would really help to look at those setbacks, as opportunities to learn from, and to actually learn what not to do in the future. Yeah, because it would be okay. I don't want to say that it would be pretty simple because sometimes it's simple on paper, but when it comes to the implementation, that is where the issue is. Yeah. So looking at setbacks as opportunities to learn, yeah, I like that. I like that, and I hope that moving forward, I would be able to look at setbacks in that way, okay, as opportunities to learn what not to do in the future. And then goals are very important. If you're someone who sets goals, like in school or even just through like learning or listening to people, you do know that you need to have your SMART goals, okay? Specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound or timely goals. Yeah, so those are things that, those are like, you need to set your goals in that way, so that way you're able to like know where you're at and you're able to like follow through. But in as much as the goals are important, the idea is to embrace the journey, like I said earlier, like embracing the bumps, embracing the journey, looking at it as a whole, like a wholesome picture, and yeah, I think that would be like super super helpful, I think. I don't know what you guys think. You can let me know what you think about all these things. Okay, and one more thing, when you become too comfortable in a role. Remember when I started talking about developing a growth mindset, the first thing I did share was like you need to like step out of your comfort zone, all right? And now when you become too comfortable in a role, it could be a sign that you've stopped learning. And I could not agree more with this, because sometimes you do like a lot of routine work, not by your own choosing, but that would just be maybe the nature of the job. But if it's like so routine that you're super super too comfortable, those jobs or roles that you can just do or complete your tasks with your eyes closed, or it's like you're literally just saying the same thing every single day. Yeah, so if you're too comfortable and you feel like you cannot learn, um like you're super comfortable, it's a sign that you're really not learning anything new. And that's why I love asking questions, I love challenging myself, I love like learning something new every day. Yeah, I don't know, I've just been that way. Sometimes I ask too many questions and someone will be like, okay, hold on. Yep, I just find that listening, asking questions and actually listening really helps, you know? Because sometimes it's challenging to learn how to listen, and probably we might talk about listening in a different setting or session, or live in this case. Yeah, but I have come to realize that listening is really super helpful. You get to learn a lot when you listen, when you observe, and when you listen and actually listen to understand, not like listen to respond. And for the longest time, that's how I was. I would just like listen, but I'm ready to respond, you know? I'm listening while, you know, just thinking of what my next response would be. But if you're actually listening to understand, your conversations will be more meaningful. You will learn a lot. We always have something to learn. I feel like the knowledge that we have in this world is so vast. It is a lot that no one person can say that, oh, I know everything. I am yet to encounter the person who says that he or she knows everything, because it's a lot of information and we are always learning something new every day. Yeah, so that was just a segue, but I do think it would be important for us to talk about listening skills, you know, and how to listen well. And then try seeking out new challenges that push you to raise your game. Periods. We could end it there. New challenges really help you in the sense that um, if you're taking on something that's challenging or difficult or something new, you're gonna put in a lot of effort, a lot of energy, because you wanna learn how to do something, you want to master something. So yeah, and to be honest, having challenging assignments or doing challenging things, I love that because it's very exciting, you know? It's like you're stepping into the world of the unknown. And you hope that things will turn this way, but you really don't know how things will go. I find that to be very exciting, you know? Hello, new here. Hi, Ishan, you're most welcome. How are you doing? Yeah, so I find challenges, sorry, very exciting. But in the moment, it's not like, oh, all like smiles and just good times. No, because you're working, you're challenging yourself, you're pushing yourself. Sometimes you might have to like wake up super early, and you know, okay, maybe you don't, but I do know that in the like that sleep from around like I'll say 3 a.m. to like 6 a.m. It is so sweet, especially like at 4 a.m. You're like, oh, I just want to sleep. It is the sweetest sleep ever for me, you know. And sometimes when you want to do things, you might have to wake up at that time when your body is literally telling you, no, I do not want to wake up. I want to lie in bed. And especially in winter, your body is telling you no. But if you have things to do, then you have to literally push yourself to wake up. And I know a lot of people do this on a daily, you know. If you have a job that you have to be at in the morning, or if there's something that you really need to do, maybe for the parents, you need to wake up to get kids ready for school. So there are people who already do this, but it's not like you're waking up in the morning like, oh, I'm so happy to wake up. Not for me, at least. Yeah. But if you want to achieve something, I think you need, like, if you want extraordinary results, then you need to put in extraordinary effort, you know. You just can't do like regular stuff and think like, oh, then things will just be like magical and I'll achieve all this success. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if I should say unfortunately or fortunately. We have to put in the work. Yeah. And so I hope you enjoyed this discussion, this topic. Yeah, I wanted to talk about failure because it has taken me a while to learn how to cope with failure. I am still learning, so I would say I'm still like work in progress when it comes to that. Because when I make a mistake or I do something wrong, I just like sit in it for longer than I should, you know. And so I'm trying to change my mindset, my way of thinking, and just to learn to have a short memory, move forward, keep it moving, you know, and hopefully that will work for me. I hope it will work for you if that is something you're looking to do. And yeah, so let's learn not to sit in our negative feelings. Yes, we can go through the motions, and if you feel heartbroken, it's okay to feel heartbroken. It's okay to feel disappointed. It's okay to feel discouraged, but we don't want to stay or sit in that space. We want to move forward. And I do hope that those little tips would help. If you have more tips that you can share, please, why did I say please? Please feel free to share in the comment section. Even after we're done with this live, it will still be on my YouTube page. So feel free to share your experiences, your thoughts, your comments. I really appreciate that, and I love hearing from all of you. And that's it for now. I'll see you guys in the evening, New York Eastern Time, okay? And like I always say, please be a kind human. It doesn't cost a thing. It really doesn't, you know? Yeah. And I'll see you guys later on this evening. All right. That's it for now. Oh, go walk up. Yay.